What's up, y'all? So if you have been following my channel, you know that I pretty much put out a whole lot of videos in reference to like my trucking career and my trucking journey and how that went for me. And ultimately, I decided to put trucking on a shelf. And so in this video, I'm going to be answering all of those questions that y'all have about why I really stopped trucking. Before I get into it, y'all, a way that you can show your gratitude for my content is just by subscribing to my channel. So if you could do that for me, I would certainly appreciate it. All right, so there really isn't one particular reason why I stopped trucking. There's actually multiple reasons why I stopped trucking. And I'll start with the fact that, for one, being a truck driver, you live a very unhealthy lifestyle, for one. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to do it, is because I hear so much, but I just wanted to see for myself. I wanted to see what the lifestyle was like. You know, I heard all these different things. Truckers are nasty. Truckers always get cancer. Truckers don't have any teeth. Truckers are rednecks. Truckers don't take showers. They don't have proper hygiene and all this. I just heard so much, but just like with the Army, it wasn't enough to dissuade me to not be interested in it. So I went through the process to get my CDL. I still have my CDL to this day, got employed with a trucking company and got the firsthand experience myself. And I mean, and from what I could see, being an over-the-road truck driver for even just a few months, truckers do not lead a lifestyle that I think I could continue to lead for years and years to come. You know what I mean? For example, truckers are constantly driving all the time, sitting down. If you're driving most of the day, you're not exercising, you're not eating healthy. Truckers can only eat the food that fits in those little small, teeny tiny refrigerators on the truck. So, and also, while you can eat whatever you want on the road, you don't want to eat like the steak dinners while you're trying to drive, because that's not gonna do nothing but make you sleepy. And you can sleep whenever you want, but you don't make money when you're sleeping. You make money when the truck is moving. So you get these little teeny tiny refrigerators, and all you can really keep in there is like bottles of water, fruit cups. You got a little cabinet, you can keep your ramen noodles and your little stuff like that, just to keep you pushing until you pull over for the night and you can really eat a hearty dinner at that point. But by that time, all you really want to do is eat, take a shower, and go to sleep and repeat the next day. Oh, and don't forget, you're responsible for this 80,000 pound load that you're taking from point A to point B. And also you're responsible for getting it there safely, which means you got to deal with other four-wheelers on the road that don't know how to drive with big rigs being on the road. So it is a huge responsibility being a trucker, a responsibility that I handle with ease, as a matter of fact, but I just didn't like the lifestyle at all, like just sitting down all day. I mean, at the time I did it because I was coming off of a meniscus surgery, so that's really all I could do. At the time, like sitting down was perfect for me, but I was restricted to driving only a automatic, because having the knee surgery, I couldn't drive a stick shift and operate the clutch. So sitting down was, it was perfect for me. Driving the automatic was cool, but after a couple weeks, I started noticing myself picking up weight. And it was unhealthy weight. Like I literally was like seeing myself get fat right before my very eyes. Like my clothes were starting to fit different. I was developing like all types of fat in underneath my chin. And man, I was really starting to like blow up, and not in a good way. So for me, it was gonna be a no. Like I didn't like that. I was gonna see it through, but for real, it's almost like, whatever happens, happens. However this is supposed to go is how it's gonna go anyways. And so it did, actually. It ended up working itself out. But just leading the unhealthy lifestyle, that was one of the major reasons why I was like, nah, bro, I'm good on this. So the things I was hearing about, the lifestyle of truckers, that's true. That's true. Truckers don't typically get a lot of exercise, and you really have to force it. Like you gotta bring your own weights, bring your own bands. You really gotta make time, because the whole point of being a trucker is you're supposed to be using all your time driving, and then they just pay you pennies on the dollar. That was another reason why I quit trucking. Like the pay did not match the work I was putting in. You talk about being responsible for an 80,000 pound load, having to move this load from most times across state lines, and they're paying you 42 cents on the dollar for every mile you drive. Like, that's insane. Like, no way. And I know it's not always like that. It's just like that when you're starting off. But at the same time, you're not about to pay me pennies when I'm starting off. I don't care how the industry works. Like, I have a CDL that by itself was like 10 grand. Are you crazy? Like, no way. And if you trust me to move this product for you with my license, I'm not accepting your 42 cents per mile, respectfully. You know what I mean? So that was the other reason. And then I guess another thing was, you know, obviously my experience with my first trucking company. There were a lot of horrific things that I experienced with them. And it's unfortunate because I really vetted this company as much as I could. And I went to the facility and visited the facility. I went to look at the trucks, and I feel like I went through all of the steps to make sure that this was the right company for me, but there are some things I had to wait until I was hired to do. For example, like, you know, getting to know some of the other truckers within the company. I couldn't find that out until I was hired. Getting to know some of the people they have in trainer positions. I couldn't find that out until I was hired. And once I was hired and exposed to the bad sides of this company, it really just affected my view on trucking as a whole. Like, the things I went through, once again, experiencing just all the evil sides of trucking, I really got a chance to experience. And I didn't appreciate that because a lot of these incidences could have been prevented. Like, they should not have ever happened at work at all. And if the company had any type of moral clauses or moral standards, even just a little bit, like, none of the things that I experienced should have never even happened. But I trust God all the time. And, you know, as God would have it, the situation worked itself out. So without saying too much, those are the reasons why I decided to just put trucking on a shelf for now. You know what I mean? Like, I got a little bit of time in service. Trucking ain't going nowhere. If I want to go back to it, it's always going to be on the table. I'm always going to have my CDL. If I ever need a job, that is something, you know, that I can go to or I can look into, because at the end of the day, it's a stream of income. It can be. So maybe one day, you know, when I decide to get back into trucking, maybe I'll approach it from an angle where I'm now an owner operator and I'm making, you know, 40 grand a month, 50 grand a month just from being a truck driver and just, you know, making sure I do the research and doing things the right way, rather than working for a company, them being the middleman, them taking all the money before it gets to me and just giving me the bottom of the barrel and what's left. You feel me? Like, that wasn't gonna work for me. So that is why I decided to put trucking on the shelf. And that's also part of the reason why I decided to really dive into YouTube full time, because again, you know, all these different experiences where I'm put in a situation to sit at somebody else's table, I'm learning that the older I get, that type of stuff doesn't work for me, because, like, I had to really remember that these humans that I'm working for haven't had close to half the experiences that I've had, just being a veteran and two-time college graduate and all these different things that I like to dive headfirst into about life. That's not everybody's story. That's not everybody's outlook. And everybody don't have the same drive as me. No pun intended. So for me, I just think it's just even more necessary for me to just build my own table. And at my table is only me and it's God. And for me, that's the winning team. So if I know I can never lose, who am I not to say, okay, God, what we doing now? What we doing now? What we doing now? And so that's really, you know, where I'm at in my life. I don't do the whole 9-to-5 thing no more. That's not even really my style. I really just want to do YouTube full time and just be able to talk to you guys and share my experiences with you guys, and just hopefully the things that I'm telling you, you can use and take and make your life better at the end of the day. But I hope this video answered your questions. If you like the things that I said in this video, please let me know in the comments down below. And last but not least, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And per usual, you know how it goes, bro. Till next time, peace.